Hello everyone and welcome back to my how-to series. This episode is about lens corrections, transforming, and grain with vignetting. So if you have an ultra wide lens like this 14mm Rokinon I have here, one of the first things you should do when you import a photo before you even start editing is sometimes when you start editing and then you go to apply the profile correction for the lens, it can throw your exposure edit off a little bit, and it gets annoying, so you gotta start all over again. So the first thing you gotta do is apply your lens profile corrections. So then you come down to lens corrections under developer, and you just hit this checkbox, and it should automatically pick out what lens you have attached to your camera thanks to your EXIF storage. Now you can tell it really gets rid of this pin cushion effect in the center. And as you can tell, it works really good, and you can do this with really any lens that you use, even if it's a 600mm, a prime 135, anything. You should always add your profile corrections the first thing you do. It will make life so much easier down the road for you. It's just a good habit to get into. But if you say it didn't pick the right lens, or you know what lens it is and it just didn't auto-populate, you can just go in here and you can select, for this instance, I'm going to select Samyang. Now Samyang and Rokinon are like sister companies. They make the same lenses under different names. I believe Rokinon is the USA version of Samyang. So if I click this, it should be the exact same. And it picked the Samyang 14 f2.8, which is very accurate. Now, let's say you didn't know what lens you used, or it was a shot on an SLR on film, and you want to get rid of the pin cushion effect yourself. You can just go into manual, and you can adjust the distortion however you see fit, and you can use these grid lines to line up your straight edges for instance, on the shed, or really, it really benefits a lot of anything man-made structures, stuff like that. Landscapes, sometimes if you want to get your horizon perfectly straight, or something in the distance doesn't seem quite right, you can mess with it this way. Or you can also get rid of vignetting yourself, or if you really need it for some interesting reason, you can always add it in manually and adjust how strong it is. Now if you feel you screwed something up, like anything else in Lightroom, you just double tap the name and it goes right back. You don't have to worry about screwing up and you can't get back to where you started. Now, transform is, it tries to automatically stabilize your horizon, make it like flat. So if you click auto, generally it does a pretty good job. It tries to straighten your horizon, but in this image, as you can tell, it kind of cuts off the edges. So then you have to go in the crop and then crop in to get rid of the white sections. And it kind of works for this image, but part of the shed's cut off and it just doesn't quite jive right. Put it back. Then you can go down to transform again, just click off. It goes right back the way it was. You can also adjust it manually yourself if you really wanted to try that. I myself haven't had a need for it, but who knows, sometime you might actually need it. Then just double click all the settings you mess with, put it all back. Then whenever it comes down to effects, you can create your own custom vignetting of paint, which gives it more of a mural type feeling. You can do color priority, which gives it a lot stronger, and then highlight priority, which just kind of blows it out of the water on the corners. You can adjust it, all different types of different things. If you want more of a square kind of border, like an old, I guess, Polaroid feeling, or glass print. But put it back, just click it. When it comes down to grain, a lot of this is really just used for mimicking certain types of film, so to speak. Like if you download a plugin to replicate like 400 fp or whatever film you want. This is generally what they mess with, and you can increase the grain size increase the roughness of it. It gets pretty nasty in there. But if you wanted to replicate like an old photo or just get that antique-y feel to it, or really fat grain film, you can kind of do that. But I don't know, I guess it's very, very specific when you would use that. Then you can just turn it back off again and go back to the way it was. But I hope all these tools were helpful for you, and it's very simple. If you have any questions, just leave a comment down below. I can get back as soon as I can, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.